Hi guys. I missed you guys so much. Oh my goodness. It's been too long. The last time we did a webinar, it was like over a month ago. Y'all, life and I've been busy, but I'm so glad that you guys are here. Hey, I got Instagram going. I got Facebook going. So let's go ahead and get started. Curly and Conscious, hey. Hi, welcome people who return. Has been rocking with me for a long time. If this is your first time, welcome. We about to have a good time. Put where you're from in the chat if you can. And if you have a question, please ask. If you have a comment, please say it. If I miss it, put it in there again, or somebody gonna catch it and tell me. But we go ahead and get started because I don't like to keep you long, and I have an hour to answer whatever questions y'all have. And I have 6 pages of notes to get through. Hey, Riri. It's so good to see you. Okay, Felicia, you say you from a Hosky? Did I say that right? We got High Point, we got Charlotte, we got Concord, we got Raleigh, Florida, Charlotte. We got a lot of people from a lot of places. I'm so glad if you here, put it in the chat where you from. But like I said before, I got 6 pages of notes to go through. And I got to answer y'all questions. We got Houston. Hey, Houston. I have a friend in Houston, and she said it's hot down there. Y'all hot? Y'all got a lot going on out there. Hey, D from West Palm Beach. But let's go ahead and get started. From Clayton. Awesome. If you do not have something to write with other than your phone, I'm going to give you like 30 seconds to get it. Because like I said, I have 6 pages of notes, and I need to get through all of them. And if you've ever been a part of any webinar that I've done, any retreat, anything, the information is a lot of information. And some of the information, you'll get it and it'll make sense today. And some of the information, it'll make sense tomorrow. And some of the information, it'll make sense, a week or a month from now. But I honor your time. And so with that, I want to make sure that you have the information you need to get what you need to get, right? This is, we here. I'm not here for entertainment. You're here because you have a situation where maybe your relationship with your mama is just not where it needs to be. You maybe can't put your finger on it. You can't really give words to it. You don't know how to work through it. You're trying to break the cycle because you a mother that's trying to mother, or you a father that's trying to father, but you don't have that parent in your life to help you guide that part of you. Baby, you're in the right place, okay? You are among friends, okay? Because we're all trying to do better. And if you don't know me, I am Crystal Curry. I am in North Carolina. I am a licensed therapist. All that I do, because I have my own counseling agency with amazing therapists that see clients. And what I do every day is I help people who don't have a great relationship with their parents. I help them understand how it's impacted them, how it shows up in their personality, how it impacts their parenting, how it impacts how they view themselves, how they view the world, how they view others. This is what I do every day. How did I come to do this? I'm so glad you asked. Thank you for asking. It came from my own personal experience of having to heal from things that I've seen and experienced with my own parents. If you don't know my story, my parents were 14 and 15 when they gave birth to me. So they were babies, never together, but because of just who they were, what they experienced in their own life, I experienced some things and seen some things that I did not need to experience. And I didn't realize how unhealthy I was and how unhealthy my thought processes were until I became an adult. And I realized that there were some cycles and some ways that I thought about some things and the way that I viewed things and interacted with people that really was not healthy. And I went on my journey of healing, and I found out very quickly that people will try to shame you for things that are not your fault, right? So when I went on my healing journey and I was trying to heal from my own, parental relationships, I received so much backlash about like, you only got, two parents and you should honor them and you're not being dishonorable, and they did the best that they could. And no one ever asked me, or no one ever inquired, I wonder why she at the time did not have the best relationship with her parents, right? So I can only imagine that no one has ever asked you, I wonder what their mom did that was so bad to where she or he does not have a relationship with them. But you are in the right place, because I understand, not just from a professional standpoint, because I do this for my day to day, like this is my living, but it's also something that I've lived and I've walked out. So whatever I say today, it is because, and I'm also a Ph.D. student, and so this is just what I do for my education, because I desire to make global change based on, the desires of my heart to help people heal. So I'm not just telling you things based on my personal experience. I'm also telling you things that are scientifically proven, right? I don't mind sharing free on this platform because I have so much information, and my heart is for people who want to heal and want to do better, because I remember when I was in your shoes and there was no safe space to go because no one was talking about it. And people that were talking about it, I call it Dr. Seussing. It's like you say like good words and you string them together, but there's really no depth to what you're saying. So I can't do nothing with that, right? So today I'm going to give you information, and I'm going to give you tangible things that you can use to take with you after this is over. Okay? All right, let's get started. If you ready, say I'm ready. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a heart. Do something. Let me know you there. Let's go, sis. All right, Ariel Skinner, let's go. Okay. All right. So like I said, I'm going to be looking down sometimes, but if you have a question, a comment, or concern, please put it in the chat and I'm going to see it. No question scares me, right? I've been asked every question. No situation scares me. I'm not offended by anything. Please just put it in the chat, and if I don't see it, put it again, okay? All right, so let's talk about the mother wound, right? Because the topic of the webinar is dealing with your mama's mismanagement of you, okay? And when I say dealing with her mismanagement of you, I am talking about the fact that maybe she did as much as she could, but we have to be realistic and understand that that wasn't enough. And so because of that, you are what I like to call under-mothered, right? Maybe your mother was there physically, but not emotionally. Maybe she was there financially, but not mentally. Whatever your situation is, because you are on this webinar, you were under-mothered, and it just means that the mothering that you received was not enough for you to be emotionally, mentally, financially, whatever it is, successful, okay? And we did a webinar like a month or so ago on fathers. And during that time, I explained that mothers have a role in our development. And I explained that fathers have a role in our development. And so when we talk about the mother role that she plays in your emotional development, mental development, physical development, I'm talking about your mother is supposed to be, without question, your home base, right? When I say home base, I'm talking about, for example, like in baseball or in kickball, the base, right? You run to home base to be safe. You run to home base to be closer to your team. You run to home base when you've been out, trying to do the best you can, making it to first, making it to second, making it to third. When your mother is your home base, when she has done a good job being your home base, you desire to run to her without question, because you know she got you. She got you if it's financially, she got you if it's emotionally, she got you if it's mentally, whatever you need, because she is your home base, she got you. But because you are here, you have probably experienced many times where your mother did not have you. She was not a safe space for you. She may have been dismissive, overreactive, right? Not present. And when we say that she was dismissive, say for example, you had a dismissive mother, this meant that maybe your mother was preoccupied. It doesn't mean that she was always like shoo shoo, but she was never present enough to address what you needed. And even probably now as an adult, if your mom is in your life, she misses the mark, right? Like maybe she'll try to help you or give you some advice, but it's like you can tell she don't even know you, right? She only knows the part of you that you present to her. But as far as like knowing like who you are, what you like, what you don't like, what motivates you, all of that stuff, she doesn't know that about you. Because maybe in your life growing up, she was not very present. She was dismissive. She had a lot of things going on, whether it was with her own personal life, whether it was working, whether it was relationships. She was just never present enough to know who you are. And you probably felt like she never knew who you were. Okay, so there's no way that you feel like your mother is your safe space, your home base, if you don't feel like she knows you, right? Next, if your mother, for example, was overreactive, right? Meaning like her responses to things were never equal to what happened. Like, why are you flicking off, right? It's not even that serious. Like you growing up or you get in trouble or something happens, her response to it is like a 10 when what happened is really a 3. So you probably didn't feel comfortable coming to her with any important information, bad information. You probably hid stuff, right? Whether it was good or bad. You know, maybe you had one of those mamas where she better had not found out anything about you before somebody else. Right? Or she would just go off. Or your mother may have felt like you didn't need to have any other mother figures in your life as a child or as an adult and would be jealous and overreactive, right? Or maybe you had a mother where you genuinely feel like she was jealous of you, right? That is an overreactive mother. And then we also have the inattentive mother, right? The inattentive mother, or really, thank you, gets defensive. Like, why are you so defensive, right? Like anything she ready to fight or flick off. Like, it's not even that serious. Like, why are we going there? It's not even that serious, okay? You find yourself having to calm her down when you're the child and you're the one that needs her. Okay. And if your mother was inattentive, it's kind of like dismissive, but inattentive meant like she was there, but she was just like not paying attention, kind of like head in the clouds. Like you could be suffering. You could be going through some things. Life could really be lifing. Even as a child, you could be depressed. Some of you guys were, thinking about harming yourself, did harm yourself. You were out there doing God knows what with God knows who. And it was just like she just never caught on. Never caught on. You doing stuff you ain't got no business doing. And she just wasn't paying attention, either on accident or on purpose, because she was so preoccupied doing her own thing. All of these things impact you feeling safe with her enough to be yourself with her. Crystal said, what things contribute to a mother being overreactive? Like what causes that? I'm going to talk on that right now. Thank you for asking. So when we talk about healing the mother wound, what is the mother wound? The mother wound is literally pain that your mother passed down to you. I'm going to say that again. It's so simple. Your mother wound, what is it? It is simply pain that your mother had and she passed it down to you. We talk about, and that is why I do the Cycle Breakers Conference, because we talk about these cycles. And so when you are wounded, your wounds, oh, thank you, Damien, your wounds are directly related to your mother's wounds. She wounded you in the same way that she is wounded. I guarantee it. If you put down a list of all the ways that you are wounded, and then you put down a list of all the ways your mother is wounded, they are exactly the same. Exactly. And this is why I encourage people, especially if you are in relationships, if you have children, that you heal from your wounds, because you went inadvertently pass them down to your children. I see it every day. Okay. You said, let your mother tell it. She never had internal pain from her parents. So this is why it's hard for me to navigate her life with her negativity. Awesome. That's a great point. So you have to understand that if you are in this webinar and you are here because you have a mother wound, you have to also understand that you have a mother that is emotionally immature, right? And you are expecting your mother to respond as though a emotionally mature person will respond. An emotionally mature person takes responsibility for their actions, and they don't mind doing that because they understand that they're going to do the work to change. And they don't mind doing the work to change because they know that there is something wrong with how they think or how they act, and they have that self-awareness. It is very possible that you have an emotionally immature mother, and because of that, she has no self-awareness. She has no idea that she was not a good mother. If you let her tell it, she was an awesome mother. That's why she shows up for graduations. She shows up for baby showers. She puts on a show. When you come around, she your baby, and you got all of these great things going on, but she don't know you. She's just regurgitating what you told her. Are y'all with me? She doesn't know you. And she's delighting in the work that you did or whoever helped you did. That's why you get irritated. Okay? All right, I got a lot of questions. Ruby said, is that why some mothers try to be your friend instead of your parent? Yes, they don't know how to be parents. So they will try to be your friend because they don't know. When a parent doesn't know how to be a parent, like in this example, they don't know how to connect with you. So the only way they know how to connect with you is on a friendship level, right? And it takes a lot of emotional maturity to be a parent because you have to put boundaries in place. You have to put these regulations in place. You have to be responsible for somebody. And some of your mothers did not want to be responsible or could not be responsible because they had their own thing going on. Go ahead, beautiful, cry. We all cry. Okay, this is a great place to cry. Okay, you're not the only one. Okay, so this is why I feel like I missed a question. Hold on. Crystal, somebody yelling my name. Don't yell at me. It makes it hard and frustrating when she's elderly and has no plans to change. Okay, well, let's skip there. Understand this. Your mother is not going to change, so you can stop sacrificing yourself to get her to change. She has been who she is longer than you have been alive. And if your birth did not cause her to change, why do you think you dying to yourself to get her to change will do it? People change when what they're doing no longer works for them. How she is works for her, and that is why she does it. So as hard as it is to hear, and listen, I'm saying a lot because I got to get through a lot. However, I am giving you hard truths that you're going to have to wrestle with to heal this mother wound. The truth is, you are not enough for her to change. That was hard for me to say. And I know, and you are exactly right, you should be enough. You are enough. You are enough to be loved, to be cared for, to be admired, to be validated, to spend time with, to sacrifice for. You are enough for that. You are. However, for her, she is not willing to do what it takes to be what you need. And every day I help people adjust to what I just said. Okay? She said, what about when she shows up emotionally for the husband and other siblings, but everyone she shows up for drains her? Oh, and then she comes to you? Like you the rescuer, like you the fixer, like you're the superhero, right? You the one that does it for everybody else, but when you need it, nobody's there for you. Yeah, right? We can talk about those that have had to parent their parents. Okay, I'm teaching Rose, or is it Rose? I said Rose, right? We can talk about those that have to parent the parent. We can talk about those that have to take care of the parent that did not take care of them. You want to talk about hard? We can talk about the parent that's having to work on the relationship with her mother because she wants her children, or he wants his children to have a grandma. We can talk about that because that's real life. But that is why these webinars and other things that I do are so important, because while you're doing that, I don't want you to be miserable. I don't want you to have anxiety and be thinking about how you going to leave early and what you going to do in order to not get there before, and how you going to deal with her if she start acting this way, and not sure what mama you going to get when she show up, and who going to come and what she going to say. And is today going to be the day where she says something that knocks you off of your feet because she doesn't know you. And so when she sees you, you have to get yourself together and put on. Come on, somebody. Real life. Real life. We can talk about that because that's real stuff. Okay? Felicia said, I worked through my mother wound and now I've changed because my children weren't enough for me to change. Absolutely. But for some of us, that's not the story. But there are a lot of people. If you are a parent, you have made the decision that you are not going to do to your children what your mama did to you, but you will, unless you heal. Because you think that everything your mama did was intentional. It was not. She passed some things on to you unconsciously. And you're going to do the same thing to your kids because you have no idea, even though you're on this webinar, you have no idea the depths of the roots that she has ingrained in you regarding unhealthy relationships. Let's talk about relationships, right? You don't pick a partner. You pick a pattern. Did I say that? I sure did. High five myself. You don't pick a partner. You pick a pattern. And many of you guys have picked the same pattern that your mother taught you. Woo! Curly Conjure said, my mother gives me a look that makes me feel small. Absolutely. And I would ask you why you keep putting yourself in that situation. Come on, Curly and Conscious. Don't start. I'm here. I'm here. We already starting. Okay? You don't pick a partner. You pick a pattern. What's your pattern? What's your pattern? You got that from your mom, probably, or your dad, but we're talking about mamas today. Okay? You don't know what you don't know. And you keep doing what you don't know. More, listen to me, more is caught than taught. More is caught than taught. And I love doing this, and I love giving hard truths, right? In a gentle way, because you are destined to be great. But whatever is inside of you is going to grow and extend into whatever you produce, whether it's kids, business, finances, whatever it is, it's going to extend to it. And I want you to be great, but you can't be great if, for example, because your mama was not a home base, you don't trust nobody. You don't trust nobody. Everybody's suspicious. Everybody is suspicious. And and why is this a problem? This is a problem because I hear people say, everything you need is inside of you. You just got to dig deep. That is a bold-faced lie. And I'm sorry if they lied to you and they told you that and you believed it and you've been believing that. Everything is not inside of you. What you need is also inside of other people. You need other people to help you build the vision that you're trying to build, that you see. I know you see yourself great. I work with cycle breakers every day, and I know they see themselves great. They can see it. They can smell it. They can touch it. But it's like, I can't get there. Because you have to work with other people, because they have what's inside of them that's going to help you build what's inside of you. But because you put everybody through a trial error where they have to swim through the river, go through the landmine, climb up the barbed wire fence, turn around 3 times, kill the crocodile, slay the bear, in order to prove to you that they have great integrity and character, you wasting time. All because your mama was overreactive, inattentive, and dismissive. You don't want nobody to help you. You would suffer because, God forbid, you ask somebody for help and they disappoint you. Oh, burn the house down. But it's holding you back. It's holding you back. Okay, let me go back to my notes. That was like a half a page. Okay. A half a page of notes. Okay, where else am I going to go? Because I just went off. Oh, here we go. All right. How do you know you have a mother wound? You said that struck? Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad that struck. Because write that down, right? And then you have to go and figure out why did that hurt? Okay, why did that hurt? Okay, you said I missed out on so many husbands because of this. Listen, okay, and this is just me. I am a believer. I believe in Jesus Christ. You don't have to. He gave you an option. He said you didn't have to believe him. So I'm not going to say you have to either. I believe that if you do what you need to do, he will redeem the time and you'll get it back. No worries. Okay? Do the work. It'll come back around. If it's for you, it's for you. And it is for you. Okay? So how do you know you have a mother wound? Like, what? Maybe you self-sabotage, right? So self-sabotage means you are really good. And this is what my research is on. Hold on, y'all. Why is my thing not? My laptop trying to die. I can't do that. Hold on. There we go. Wait, no, that's not it. Oh, there we go. Okay. So my research is on how, as a PhD student, my research is on how people who have felt rejected by their parents are more inclined to look at situations and look at people and look at circumstances, and they can really easily identify if it's going to reject them or not, right? So because you are really good at seeing if something or someone is going to reject you, you tend to prematurely reject people, places, or things or opportunities, because to you, rejecting it yourself hurts far more worse than it rejecting you, right? So what you have to do, and I want you to write this down, is you have to identify what part of you wants to withdraw, right? So me being personally, something that I am constantly having to work on is disappointment, right? I do not enjoy disappointment. Oh, Jesus, please don't disappoint me. Oh my God, don't, right? I am constantly having to work on it. So when there is a situation where I have to take risk and there is a chance that that risk is going to end up in disappointment, I innately feel a need to withdraw and be like, don't even worry about it. It ain't even that big of a deal, right? Because there is a part of me that does just want it to go away, not having to worry about it. And you always have to be aware of that in yourself, because as you're becoming better and you're, growing in your life and you're obtaining more things and success and accomplishments, it is going to try to grow in you. And you're going to have to be self-aware, because you're going to have to walk yourself through not self-sabotaging relationships, not self-sabotaging opportunities or people, okay? Or isolating yourself, okay? Also, you trauma bond with people, right? Like, you love your project. Like, you love your struggle bus, right? Like, oh, you struggling? Oh, that too? Oh, come on. Let's struggle together. Because it gives you a sense of belonging, a belonging that you really have never had. Because remember, your mom is not your home base, so you don't feel safe. You don't know what it's like to feel safe, right? To be among people who accept you, right? And so if you see someone that is, going through the same thing you going through, they're really not trying to do better, but you have that connection with them, you think it's love. Okay, and then you out here doing things you shouldn't be doing with people you shouldn't be doing with. But that's not today. I'm gonna go back to my notes. Okay, all right. Identity confusion. You don't know who you are, because who you are is completely dependent upon who you're around, right? You churchy with this group, you club with this group, you're educated with this group, you are entrepreneur with 6 LLCs on this side, and you don't even know who you are. So by the time you get home or you get off the phone, you're exhausted, because you've been so many people that you don't even know who you are, what you like, what you want to do, right? Spending all of your days people pleasing, because you learned with your mom that if you had to get some attention from her, you had to go into her world and do what she wanted in order for her to, pay you attention or give you what you needed. So you haven't even learned as a child what it was like to meet your own needs, because she didn't meet your needs. And now you don't even know how to meet your own needs, because even as a child, you were trying to meet her needs. And now you, as an adult, doing everything for everybody, going every place, spending your money, spending your time, and you are empty. Yikes. Empty, with nothing to show for it. Nobody around, because don't nobody know you, because you got all of these identities and all of these masks, and you just show people what you think they want to see, and you're really, really good at, you call it discernment, but it ain't really discernment, because it's just fear. And you really good at just trying to check out people, and I know she ain't no good, I know she bougie, and I know she drama, all that stuff. Yeah, it's not working for you anymore. So I'm glad you're here. Yeah, Chris, come on in. I'm glad you're here. Because there is life on the other side. You're a rescuer, right? Just put on your cape, right? What you need, I got you. How much you need, I got you. Girl, let's talk. I got stuff to do, but I'll talk to you about the same problem for the next 3 hours. Or maybe you're the one that runs from conflicts. You in a leadership position, you leading people, but you won't even tell people about yourself. You just figure it out and do it yourself, and now you're tired. And you saying it's your team. No, it's you. You don't like to rock the boat, because remember, you probably came from an overactive mother, where if you rock the boat, she parted the sea. You don't like that. You don't want to deal with that. But that's okay, because we're all trying to be better. We are going to be better, okay? Who are you talking to? Am I talking? Okay, I got to go to my other notes. Okay. So generational behavior too. We talked about this a little bit. You have the same type of thoughts and behaviors that your mom had because she passed her pain down to you, right? So when we talk about generational cycles, people call it generational curses, whatever you want to do, right? I don't try to spiritualize it because it makes you lazy with doing the natural work. So I say generational cycles, right? So if you look in your family, right, the relationship you have with your mom, look at the relationship she had with her mom or her siblings. Then look at your grandma. And what relationship did she have with her mom or her great aunts and uncles, right? Like, but so you can't think so highly of yourself that you don't have to do the work, but think that the same thing won't happen to you. So in my family, for example, like there is a cycle where the daughters don't have the best relationship with the mothers, right? It's generational. You can follow it, right? So because of that, I had to go through the process of healing. In addition to, I love my daughter a little differently, right? Not saying I let her get away with stuff, not saying that I don't parent her, but I understand that I have to pour more into this relationship with her because my bloodline has never seen this. Right? So the default in me, what is in my blood, is to distance myself from her. So I have to be intentional about pouring into her and I's relationship. And she's 4, but been doing it all her life. And you have to understand, you're great, you're amazing, right? But if you don't do the work, your child will be sitting in this same webinar in 2 decades talking about you. Right. Right, D. It ran in my family until it ran into me. Absolutely. And if we honest, some of y'all, it's running y'all over. Okay? It is running you over. And even if you don't, even if your kids are older, it's never too late. Ever. Because you would still love an apology from your mom. And how old are you? You would still love some acknowledgement about what she did from her. And how old are you? You would still love for her to do what she needed to do for y'all to have a great relationship. And how old are you? It doesn't matter. You're not going to get that though, right? Because we just talked about the fact that she is who she is. And there's no self-awareness, no accountability, no need to change. Okay? So we just have to keep the main thing the main thing. Okay? All right, we're at 8:38. We got 22 minutes. Let me go through the rest of my notes. Okay. So, how do you break the cycle? I've kind of alluded to it, but you break the cycle by being honest with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. It doesn't mean that you are accepting what happened. It doesn't mean that you think it's okay. It doesn't mean that you are giving her a pass. You don't even want to go there because you felt like she got away with it. And she always getting away with it. That's not what that means. You are being honest with yourself and you're saying, my mother, she really mismanaged me. You may say, I saw my mother treat other people better than she treated me. You may say, I have seen my mother do what I wanted her to do for me, but she did it for other people. That's real. You may say, she never tried. And I did all of these things. I crossed every T. I dotted every I. I got good grades. I got married. I did sports, right? I did everything I was supposed to do, and it wasn't good enough. And you have to be honest with yourself, and you may have to say, that is devastating. That is so hurtful. feel so broken. Be honest with yourself, because whatever you hide, you cannot heal. And your self-deception is getting in your way. Next thing that you have to do is, when you be honest, you're going to have to feel those emotions. Some of y'all don't like to feel. That's why you be doing all that stuff. You don't like to feel your emotions. Anytime it get uncomfortable, anytime it gets, a little rocky, you check out, because you don't like to feel. Your mama was supposed to teach you how to manage your emotions, right? So I understand as an adult, you're having to figure it out for yourself. But what I'm saying to you is, you're going to have to feel the emotions. It is literally, you're going to have to, I forgot to mention this. You're going to have to let this vision of you and your mom's relationship and what it should be and what it's going to be and how amazing it's going to happen, you're going to have to let that die. Because she was never that mother. You made that up. This mother that you have in your head of her and how she's supposed to act and what she's supposed to be doing, she never showed you that she was capable of doing those things. You pulled that image from TV shows, from movies, from watching other friends. You pulled that, and then you expected her to do it when she never gave you any evidence that she was capable of doing it, and it's causing you to be constantly disappointed. And you're going to have to let that image die. And it is going to feel like somebody died. You're going to have to grieve it, because you have such a strong connection and you have been fighting to make this image of your mother and this relationship happen. And it's not going to happen because it's not who she is. It was never who she was. Be honest about who your mother is. So that goes to number one about being honest. Be honest about the mother that you have. And I love helping people come to grips with this honesty and having a relationship with their mother based on who their mother is. I love that. It's possible. I do it every day. It's possible. But you first have to let it go. And you're going to grieve, and it's going to break your heart. It is, because you wanted it so bad. That little girl in you, that little boy in you is holding on to the image, that relationship so tight. It has been with you your entire life. And here I am, a stranger on a Thursday, telling you got to let it go. Yes, you do. You do. You gotta let it go. It's not happening. No, there's nothing you can do. And your brain at this point, I am sure, is going bananas. And the thoughts that you are having and the feelings that you are experiencing are crazy. Because I am going up against what you've told yourself for so long. I'm going up against it. But I am here to tell you, as a professional and as a person that went through it, you can get to the other side. But you have to do it in truth, not in the way that you've been deceiving yourself. And the truth is, your mother is who she is. And she is not the person that you created in your mind. Okay? And 3, you got to work it. You have to work the healing. Let me tell you something. Your mother, we are built for our mothers to be in our lives until they decide to pass on. Right? And there will be times in your life where you will need your mother. There have been times in your life where you needed her and she was not there. Those times do not end. They don't. You will still, as an adult, as you're healing, want a congratulations from her, want a I'm proud of you, want to I'll come over and help you, you will want to I'm going to help you figure this out. You are going to want that. So I'm sorry if somebody said to you that you can heal and be done. That's not the truth. You heal and you maintain. And if you work with a great therapist, such as myself, okay, toot toot, I'm beat my own horn, beep beep, you will have what you need as you are maintaining the healing that you earned. Because healing is earned. It just don't come. I know you've been praying. Okay. You got to work it too. Okay. Deanna said, yes, I want it so bad. So, okay, we at 8:46. We got 14 minutes. I want to answer your questions. But if you put your questions in the chat, any question, okay, we're in a great place, right? Great group. If you feel like your success, well, not let me say if you feel like, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, let me be real. I need to be transparent and honest. You will not be as successful as the person that you see you can be if your mother wound is not healed. Your mother wound impacts your personality, how you see people, how you view yourself, and every time there will be any turbulence in your life, if there will be any risk in your life, the mother wound will become agitated. And because of that, it will cause you to default back to the person that is broken and waiting for their mother to come rescue them. She's not coming. Your mother is not coming to save you. She's not coming to rescue you, and she's not coming to mother you. And if you want to be the person that you see, you have to be intentional, and it has to be a non-negotiable that you will do what it takes. You know, and I know there are things that have already happened in your life that you missed out on, you did not take advantage of because this mother wound, maybe you didn't know it was that, was interfering. And it's not, and if you do not want to be like your mother at her age and wounded, you have to heal. Next Thursday, I'm starting my 4-week group intensive on healing the mother wound. I've done it personally and I do it every day. It don't take me long. If you willing, we gonna work it. We're going to talk about the specific type of mother wound that you have, because there are different types of mother wounds. It's not a one fits all. And who knows, you may have all of them. Right? So we're going to deal that. We're going to deal with, so see me? Okay, there you go. We're going to deal with what actually caused the mother wound. I know I'm saying mother wound, but I need to actually say mother wounds, because every time your mother did something to hurt you, whether it was hurt you emotionally, hurt you physically, hurt you mentally, it created a new wound. So we have to identify what those wounds are. Then we're going to talk about, well, when your mama triggers you, what do you do? How do you deal with a mother that is constantly in your presence and triggering you? Or how do you deal with people that's making you feel bad for your mom's relationship? How do you put in boundaries with a person that you so desperately want to love you? How do you do that? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to teach you how to put boundaries in place with somebody that you want to desperately love and see you, right? So if you want to join the group, The link is right there on Facebook and Instagram. But I didn't even get through all of my notes, but I don't want to waste your time. So we got 10 minutes left. I need to answer questions. Okay. And if you have any questions, let me know. Did I miss any? Oh, y'all said I'm the Kobe Bryant of trauma when she speaks. Oh, y'all are so sweet. Listen, I'll tell you why I'm so passionate. I am so passionate because I remember what it was like to be in your space, to so desperately want to be better, but the shame that I felt for even having to get better was debilitating. I was debilitated because I felt so much shame. And it was so great because I had people along my journey who made what I was going through seem normal. And so I want you to feel like there is nothing wrong with you. You are not responsible for how she treated you. And I know that people, especially if you are in the Black community, I know that people have tried to make you feel responsible for being undermothered. And it's not your fault. No child, and I'm calling you a child because you probably in your 30s, 40s, 50s or whatever, still desiring to be loved by a mother that is not able to love them. That is so heartbreaking. And I'm so passionate because I've been there. And I'm here to say that there is a way on the other side. It gets better. Is it work? Yes, it is work. It is not impossible. Let me tell you something. There is two things I want you to remember. There are problems and there are predicaments. You have a problem. Your mother wound is a problem, right? I'm going to give you some solutions to your problem. But also, I need to help you because predicaments can only be endured. There are some things, some emotions, some thoughts, some realities that you're going to have to endure, but you cannot do it in isolation. That emotional wall that you put up around yourself, that you make people, scale the wall, we talked about that, right? I need to get in the wall with you as you endure this process. It is possible. I do it every day with many people. Did it myself. But you have to do the work, and you have to do the work in an intentional way. And I would be honored to do that with you. I really would. Okay. All right. Did I miss some questions? I felt shame. Yeah. I want to help you deal with that shame. No shame. Yeah. Liz, can we talk about that? When you are a part of it, maybe an unhealthy family, and you speak out and they take the side of the people that are being unhealthy and make you feel crazy and gaslight you. And gaslight just simply means that people make you feel like your reality and what you're experiencing is not real. So even as an adult, maybe you even question, like, am I tripping? Like, do I really feel this? Like, is this really happening? And it is. And a part of healing is to get back to trusting you, trusting what you feel, trusting what you see, trusting what you think, right? I had to go through the process because I was gaslit a lot, of understanding that what I see is actually what I see. And I don't need validation or affirmation for anybody to make me more believe myself and what I see. I trust myself enough to know that I am not crazy. And neither are you. So if you are, for example, the cycle breaker in your family and you are trying so hard to do things differently and you're getting pushback, that is great. That means you're doing an amazing job, because cycle breakers are whistleblowers. They are the people that whistle and shout out and say what is wrong and what's not going right and what people need to do better. But because you may be dealing with emotionally immature people, like we talked about, they're not ready for that. So it's easier for them to shun you than to accept that what you're saying is truth. Okay. So we're going to do the 4-week intensive. We meet every week. We're starting next Thursday. Join us, click the link, register. If you got any questions, let me know if there are any more questions. Because it's 8:55. We did good, y'all. I send out also emails every week. So if you're not on my email list, go to the website and get on the email list. There's videos on YouTube, my Instagram, and share this with somebody. Share this with your siblings. Even if you don't think that they want to hear it right now, it's okay. Just leave it in their inbox. Okay? But I love you guys. I am so grateful for your time here. I cannot wait for us to be on this 4-week intensive journey. We start on Thursday. It is going to be absolutely amazing. I love you. I am so proud of you. This was the first step, right? But we got to keep on going. Oh, wait, she asked a question. I was on my closing. Okay, hold on. She said, how do I manage relationships with women that remind me of my mom? Ooh, okay. So if there are women that remind you of your mom, that means that there are parts of you that are becoming triggered, right? And so if you're not careful, you'll make these women pay for what your mom did, because they remind you of her. So the only solution is to heal from your mom, right? Triggers are a sign that a wound is being agitated. That's what it is. And there is no way to get around a trigger but to heal the wound. So just go ahead and sign up for the intensive. But that was a good question. Oh, y'all are so nice. She said, yes, she's awesome. I thank God for you. Oh, listen, let me tell you, I thank God. Okay. And I thank y'all for trusting me, because if I know anything about the population that I work with, y'all don't trust nobody. Okay. So I appreciate y'all coming, but we gonna work on that, because we understand that we need other people to become our great self, our greatest self. Okay. Deanna said, I am not crazy. Okay, A Day of Faith, sign up. Okay, so we good. Facebook, we good. Annette said, I would love to talk to you. Okay, Annette, we talking on Thursday. All right, sign up on the group. We definitely don't trust nobody. We don't. But so the fact that y'all are here and y'all listen for an hour and you don't know me. Well, let me not say y'all don't know me, because I also know that y'all be doing research. So y'all probably went on my Instagram page. You may went on my Facebook page. You probably Googled me. You went to the website. So I know I'm probably not a stranger because you have an idea. Okay. I do know that much. Okay. Tiny B said, I can't wait for the conference. I can't either. Cycle Breakers conference in March. You said, in God we trust, everyone else we check. Okay. Trust but verify. All right. Well, that is it, guys. Have a great day. Do I accept insurance? No, not for the group, but I do accept Affirm, Zezzle, whatever those other things are. It's all on the website. And I'll be honest, the intensive group, the 4-week intensive group, it is much less than one session is with me. When I'm going to say one less, I'm not say much less, but it costs less than one session with me. So it's a great deal. It really is. Okay. All right. I love you guys. Have an amazing, amazing day. If you need anything from me, let me know. Talk to you later. Bye. Oh, wait.